Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
All right, so Tyler Daniels. All right, Mr. Murphy. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tyler Gregory Daniels, file number 24. You guys stand behind the podium. 21727FH. I have Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Daniels. And it looks like this is a contempt court hearing. I do have a motion affidavit and or order to show cause. It stated that your client tested positive for amphetamines and meth from a drug screen on April 26th of 24 at Lenawee Drug and Alcohol Testing. Have you tested since then anywhere?
Yeah, I've tested on some. I've been having problems though with when it comes to pain.
Okay, so I'm gonna have him tested today.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna like pause. I want you to go have a seat in the hallway. And could you let Mr. Coast know I would like him tested too? Please, Mr. Murphy.
Judge, I'll meet him out in the hallway.
Oh, okay, I thought you were in the hall, Mr. Coast, sorry.
Nope. Thank you.
Okay.
Judge, for Mr. Daniels, he was positive for methamphetamines, amphetamines, methadone, and also morphine.
Okay, thank you. Is that a baby?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's that, thank you. All right, so we're back up with Mr. Daniels. Mr. Daniels, you wanna come up here with your attorney? All right, so we are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tyler Gregory Daniels. Mr. Murphy, we are here. Your client is charged with tampering with evidence, couple R&Os, not even drug charges, but so evidently your client tested positive for a cocktail of things.
Yes, Your Honor, and this is embarrassing for myself because I didn't know it in my file. Mr. Daniels was waiting sentencing, so he had entered a plea on these files, I believe.
Right.
Already. I had it down, he still had to enter the plea, but in regards to the matter, I think as he was indicating to the court, he is having issues paying for drug testing. I would ask if we could
Or does he have a trouble testing, pleading for drug testing?
I guess when he is able to test, they don't come back. Good.
Um,
When was the last time you were able to test before?
I'm homeless right now. I've been actually.
hold on, I'm not talking to you yet. Miss Adams, is he already pled and set for sentencing? You said he already pled?
I thought so, Your Honor.
Judge, Jason,
I see where he pled guilty, but where's his sentencing date?
what case
Do
is
we
that,
know?
Judge? It's
I'm
May
sorry.
30th.
May
Yes.
30th? Okay, so he's set for sentencing in 2 weeks, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, Your Honor, I was gonna ask if we could address the contempt of court at that time. I was gonna have Ms. White talk with him about seeing about, because he's saying he needs some additional help
Right.
engaging services. Obviously, I guess this, I'll ask the court to not take him into custody. Hopefully, he'll be able to start engaging in the drug testing. Again, I don't know if he's able to afford it. I
No,
don't know.
because he's homeless. I'm gonna remand him to the custody of the sheriff's department and revoke his bond and set bond at 25,000 cash assured. Do you want him screened for drug court?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna take a recess. You're in custody.
I couldn't speak at all, Your Honor.
Nope. For Traml.
Yes, Judge, you're right.
All right, Mr. Coast. Okay, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Traml. File number 23-21467 FH. I have Salvatore Milaro appearing on behalf of Ms. Trammell, and I have Isaac Sneed on behalf of the people. Miss Adams, can you call Darren Coast, please? I see him, but I don't think he's logged on or connected. So I have a letter, May 13th of 24, that Ms. Trammell is presently testing at Aver Health in Jackson. I started a show cause after she missed 2 drug tests and failed to update her address with the court. She has since missed a 3rd test. When she does test, she is negative. Mr. Millar is her attorney and he gave her what he believes to be her correct address. And Mr. Coast, you're asking to have her switch to colors where she is
Correct,
tested
Judge,
at
to where she's being tested in Lenawee County.
Okay, and you live in Lenawee?
No, I live in Cement City in Jackson County. That's why, and I.
Okay, I want her tested today, Mr. Coast.
Okay, very good, Judge.
Okay, so we're gonna pause for a minute and I'm gonna have you drug tested, all right? So you can have a seat in the hallway and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Mr. Millar, did you have anybody else but her left?
Good, Judge. We're good. We're fine.
Well, I mean, you can go down to Judge Olsaver and then come back.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Murphy, you have Ms. Trammell. All right, Ms. Trammell, you want to come up with Mr. Milaro? All right, so we're back on the record in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Tora Nicole Trammell, file number 23-21467 FH. Mr. Milaro, your client did drug test and she was negative, so that's good. So, Mr. Milaro, we're here on this show cause because she's not testing as ordered and she's missing tests.
Judge, I spoke to her and I think there was some kind of a miscommunication. I did talk to Mr. Coast about it. Pretty certain it's whenever it was going on, been cleared up.
All right, Mr. Coast, Mr. Milaro states that he believes that this won't happen again.
Judges, as far as Ms. Milaro did provide me with an address and phone number, which Tora did confirm, so I'm okay with that. But as far as missing drug tests, I do have 3 missed tests, 311, 417, and also 421. I would like to have her drug testing moved to Adrian, however.
All right,
I think at least 1 or 2 of those.
I made up.
She went in. the
okay,
next
so you
day.
have to stand at the podium, ma'am.
Oh,
So, because you're kind of soft-spoken,
Yeah.
so we need to get a full record. Okay, so here's the deal.
Mhm.
She is required to drug test. Do you understand that?
Yes,
You don't get to miss those.
yes. I
Okay.
understand.
Mr. Collins, I'm gonna put you and Miss Underwood in a breakout room real quick. So I'm gonna assign you to a breakout room with Miss Underwood. Go and join that breakout room. All right, now you live in Cement City, so you're equal distance from Adrian or Jackson.
Right, but my work, I clean houses. I work in like Brighton, Pinckney, South Lyon, those kind of places, which is exponentially further from Adrian.
So she can, yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I do have a proposal if you and Mr. Milaro are willing to hear it.
sure.
So we've been in court for this case many times. Mr. Milaro has many times asked me for a better plea offer. There were some concerns placed on the record at the last hearing. I don't know if the court recalls, but I indicated that I have information that Ms. Traml is in Clinton, Michigan nearly every day, associating with 2 other individuals who have recently been charged with drug charges. One of those individuals' charges were dismissed because of a search and seizure issue. The other case is still pending. My proposal today is that I'm willing to consider a different plea offer, but I would request that Mr. Coast request that she be switched to colors and Test and Adrian be granted, number one. I would also request that there be a no contact order put in place with Gary Adkins and Kelly Fletcher. And if we could maybe get another pretrial about a month from now and see, how that goes over the next month, then I'd be willing to discuss this again with Mr. Malaro.
Judge, as for the case itself, I was gonna ask that for trial. I was gonna track down the information Miss Wagner indicated she's either not aware of or there's stuff about hanging around with people. I don't know that based on hearsay, we should be amending bond conditions for such a thing. Anytime she's tested, she's always been negative.
I've been testing
You
since
just
last.
stop talking right now.
The issue about missing tests from Ms. Traml, is my understanding that she immediately made those up. She understands the court's position. That's not a negotiable issue. And I think that's issue's been corrected, but I was just gonna ask to set the matter for trial, the underlying matter. I don't know, perhaps a hearing for the show cause at that time. So,
Mr. Coast, the drug testing facility in Adrian, what time does it open?
They have two testing times, and they take into account people that work. So the morning one, I believe, is from 9 until 11. And then the evening one, without looking at the paper, is 4:30 to 6:30.
All right. All right, you have something you want to say?
That's just gonna be super hard for me to get there, because
Judge,
I usually.
I want to correct myself. For the evening, it's from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m.
Because I usually start work at 9 and.
Okay, so
sometimes I
here's the
work-
deal, Ms. Trammell.
Uh-huh,
You either test as I order or you
Yeah,
go to
no.
jail.
yeah, I
Do
absolutely.
you understand me?
Yes, I
And
do.
since we're having issues with your test, those are two options, morning or evening. I am gonna order that we switch to colors and you test an Adrian.
Okay,
Okay, so you just have to figure that out.
okay,
All right, and I mean, if you test at 7:30 at night, that's great. If you are missing tests still, then I'm gonna revoke your bond next time. You got it?
okay.
Any
Yeah.
questions?
No.
All right, okay, so I'm gonna order that, but one of your bond conditions is already probably, and if it's not, I'm gonna amend it, that you're not to be around anybody who has illegal controlled substances,
Mhm,
okay?
mhm.
So
Yes or
make
no?
sure you're careful about who
Yes
you're
or
hanging out
yes,
with,
yes.
all right?
Okay.
All right, I'm not gonna add names because Mr. Malaro objected. But I will make that change. Does she need to meet with you again, Mr. Coast, today?
She does, Judge. When she's done in court today, I'll meet her out in the hallway and I can go over the colors with her.
Okay, and then Ms. Wagner, anything else to add?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
So just so I'm clear, she can't be around people who are in possession of controlled substances,
Illegal.
that she knows they're.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
In her pocket.
All right, so we getting a trial date?
Yes. This case is a year older.
Yeah,
Yep.
So they're gonna work it out or whatever.
All right, so, all right, Miss Adams, I'm looking for, I think this would be a one day trial date, please. We can use that, well, no, this is Mr. Malaro, so.
Tuesday, September 10th.
Mr. Malaro.
Should be good.
All right, I'm gonna set this for trial on September 10 of 2024. That's a 9 a.m. start date, start time. I'm going to set a pretrial for September. Are we open September 4, Miss Adams?
Yes.
Just checking. September 4 at 8:30 in the morning. And I am going to make September 4 the final motion deadline. And then I'm going to require that all jury questionnaires jury instructions and voir dire questions be provided to the court by August 28th. And Ms. Adams, I do have Ms. Traml here. Could I get a copy of this for her and Mr. Malaro? Does she need to sign any bond paperwork?
I believe
Judge, I
when
don't-
it's
I don't-
amended, they don't have to, but I can print that for her.
And then you're just gonna have a seat in the hall. When you get your paperwork, have a seat in the hall and meet with Mr. Coast, okay?
Okay.
And have a seat on that bench right behind there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is that all you? That's fine. Is that all you had, Mr. Malaro?
I hope so.
All right, thank you.